Hey everyone, welcome back. So in the previous video, we learned about operators, arithmetic operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, right? In today's video, we are going to know about what are the decision makers, that is if, else, and elif condition. We are going to know what is a flowchart, right? So let us start with the video. So the first thing that I want you to introduce is the flowchart stuff. So this is a very good website. It is lucidchart.com. You can just check this website for knowing more about flowchart. Now, what is a flowchart? A flowchart is a diagrammatic representation of a program, right? So whenever you are making any building, you are first making a map of it, a prototype of it, right? So in the same sense, whenever you are programming, so at the programming, you just have to declare a logic, and to declare the logic in a diagrammatic manner, we make use of flowchart because we human tend to understand more with the pictures, right? So that is how we are going to convert the program into a picture, and here we'll make use of a flowchart. So flowchart is a diagrammatic representation of any sort of complex program. Okay, here we break down the logic into a picture and just display the program flow structure, right? If you want to know more about flowchart and how a actual application is made, you can just refer this movie. The name was The Social Network, I guess. Yes, so it is The Social Network. You can just check this movie. It is based on the founder of Facebook, that is Mark Zuckerberg. You can just actually check how Facebook was made, right? And you will get to know more about flowchart over that particular movie, right? So that movie was made in past 2010, I guess. Yes, if I'm not wrong. You can just check that movie, and you can actually see what was the flowchart was made for Facebook when they were developing it, right? So coming back to the topic, let us debug this particular stuff. I'm going to cover all the thing in a very nutshell manner. Okay. So a program starts and ends in somewhere. A program starts from position A and ends in a position B, right? So that is been defined by a terminator. If you follow the above example, here the program is starting from this particular position and it ends over here, right? So that indicates the start and the end position of any program, which is known as a terminator. A process is something which is showing that a particular operation has been done over a variable or something, right? Let us say that you are adding 2 over a variable, you're just going to write a equals to a plus 2, so that will come in the process box. Decision box. So decision box is used to make a decision, which we are going to learn today, cover today. I'm going to show you how you can write the program, how the flowchart looks like, right? So decision box is something whenever you want to make certain kind of decision, you will be making use of decisions. Document is not oftenly used, so it is used for documentation purpose. Data input or output. So whenever you are executing a program, you will display the output into a console, and whenever you are writing a program, you will take a user input. Okay, so those kind of operation can be made use of data input output box. Okay, so this box is known as input output box in layman terms. Okay, then this diagram indicates the database. This is the most important part, that is the flow arrow part. This indicates the flow structure of a program. Okay, we are going to debug the above program, above flowchart which we have seen. Okay, this is comment or annotation diagram, and the next one is the predefined process. Okay, this indicates the what are the processes which are already defined. Okay, so if you want to learn more about it, copy, paste it over here. Okay, just give me a moment. I think my Bluetooth is disconnected somehow. Okay, it is connected. All right. All right, so just paste it over here and type a predefined process and flowchart. So you'll get the information over here. This is a symbol which indicates that the process is already defined somewhere else, right? So this is how you will came to know about the things, and that is how the main thing that you have to learn, that is Googling thing and searching for answers by your own self. Okay. So let's say coming up to the next thing, and this would be the last one that we are going to cover. Let's say you have written a program with 100 lines of code. Okay, and you want to print that program and show it to your boss or your teacher, right? So it would be difficult for you to print that particular program into a single page since the length of program is 100 lines. Okay, so connector is used to display the program that is used to show that the program is been executed till here, and after that it is continued to page number 2. Okay, just write, we used to write PTO over the books, right? Please turn over. The same thing can be done in the flowchart as well. Let us debug the above flowchart. So here the program execution starts from here, and the arrow indicates that it is going from here and going all the way down, right? And it is executing and it is terminating over here. Okay, so So what it is doing, it is starting here, it is initializing the value of s and storing it to s. Then it's taking the user input, okay, and storing over here. And then it is going to check whether the number is even or not. If the number is even, it is going to add number one to it. If not, then it is going to again check whether it is the prime number or not. If yes, then it is going to check whether it is smaller than s or not. If yes, it is going to minus that particular number with s, or else it is going to minus with one over it. If not, then it is going to add two over it, and again going to check whether the number is even or not, right? So this will go on, and once it is equals to 0, it is going to print the output of the console and it is going to terminate. Okay, let us understand the first thing that we are going to learn today, that is going to be if else. So if else flowchart, let me pull up a good example for you. Okay, this seems to be the easier one. See, so here the process is starting from here and ending over here, right? If you are able to see, okay. So here it is. We are going to declare a condition and check whether the condition is true or not. If true, then as per the arrow, it will go over here and check whether the condition is true. If true, then it is going to execute the statement and it is going to terminate the program. Okay. If not, then it is going to execute the statement which are stored in the else block and going to terminate the program. Okay. Most important, you have to keep in mind that whenever a program is executing, it should terminate somewhere, right? Let us create a program for it. Let me create a new file for it, if else.py. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable and store value 50 over here. I'm going to create a variable b and store value 20 over here. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to check whether which number is greater from them, right? So two numbers, a yes or no condition, then we are going to make use of if else condition. So if a is greater than b, I want you to print a is greater. Okay. So it is going to check whether A is greater than B. And we already know that 50 is greater than 20, and hence it is going to print A is greater. But what if 50 is not greater than 20? At that particular time, we are going to define else. Make sure you are following the indentation. What do I mean by indentation? That is the you are putting proper spaces over here. Okay. What will happen if you don't do? I'll show you. So type print B is greater over here. Okay. So first of all, let's make a mistake. Let's say that I have not followed the indentation and I'll print just below else. When I execute the program, it will throw an error. It is showing that expected an indented block after else statement on line number 6. So see, you like whenever you are getting an error over a particular line, you're just going to check what is the error, what are the mistakes that you have committed above and the below of the line. Like, okay, so like it is showing that on line 6. Okay, so I have went to line number 6 and I'm going to check what is the error that I have done. So line 6 seems to be good. I will go to line number 5 and I'm going to check whether what are the errors that I have made on line number 5. So when I was checking, I found that on line number 5, it has printed four spaces, but not in line number 7. Then there is an issue with line number 7. And since we are using IDE, Visual Studio Code, it is marking with a red, right? So what I'll do, I'll just press backspace, press enter, and it will do the auto indentation for you, right? And now when I execute the program, you will get the output over here and it is going to print A is greater, right? Let me introduce to a good platform in order to practice your programming. So let's say you are not into your home and like you want to execute your program, you are in your office or in college and you don't want to install Visual Studio Code. You can make use of this particular website, that is program is. You just need to type run Python online. You will get the first website, that is program is. Here you can run your program in a very efficient manner. Okay, it executes the program the same way when you run the program in the Visual Studio Code. So when you run this template, you will get the hello world over here. Now, what I'll do something like this, that when I copy the program from here and I paste it over the programmist console, you will get the same output over here. Okay, it is showing that A is greater. All right. Now, what if I interchange the value? Let me make A as 10 and B as 80. Now, here we should get the output as B is greater, right? See, it is displaying that B is greater. Okay. So here we compare two values and we checked whether A is greater or B is greater. And depending upon the value we stored, we are getting the output. The same thing can be done by taking user input. And how it can be done? You can make use of input function, which we have already covered previously, right? Okay. Let us move forward and check Elif condition. I mentioned that if we have two condition, we'll make use of if else, but what if we have condition more than two? Okay. So now let us take an example and check whether a number is positive, negative, or equal to zero. Okay. Let me create a new file for it. Elif.py. Okay. So let me create a variable over here and I'll store the value as 56 over here. And I'm going to define the same thing if num is greater than 0. Okay. So basically, what is our logic? A number can be greater than 0, then it is positive. If it is less than 0, it is negative. And if it is equivalent to 0, then it is equal to 0, right? Okay. So print it is positive. Okay. Coming up to the next one. Elif. Okay. If number is less than 0, I want you to print it is negative. Okay. Now, what if number is equal to 0? The third statement, num equals to 0. I want you to print it is 0. Okay. And what if, so these are the conditions which we have written. And what if it is not something equal to the numbers and all? Okay. You can write else over here. Okay. So these are the three conditions which we have written. However, else is not a mandatory part to write here, right? If we have not written the else part, it will definitely execute the program. Okay. So here I won't be writing else, and I'll run the elif condition here only. It is displaying that it is positive since we have entered 56. Now, what if I change this to 0? Okay. Run this. We are getting it is 0. Now, what if I change it to a negative number, that is negative 45? It is going to print it is negative. See? So this is how we came to know about if-else, elif, flowchart program is. Okay, if you want to learn about elif flowchart, just do nothing. Go to a new tab, type elif flowchart. Okay, so flowchart is something that is independent of any programming language. Okay, you can just create a flowchart and you can create a program for same. Like, okay, if a program is if a flowchart is created, it can be a program can be made by taking a reference of that flowchart, right? So flowchart is independent stuff which you can create, right? So if you are creating a flowchart for a program for a particular program, it can be written in Python, C, C++, and Java, right? So this is a flowchart for elif condition which you can refer, right? So see, here the program is starting and then it is going to check whether the expression is true or not. If true, then it is going to execute the program from the code block 1 and it is going to stop. If not, that it is going to check the expression 2. If yes, then going to execute the statement which is there in code block 2 and then it is going to execute stop the program. If not, it is going to check the expression third. If yes, it is going to execute the statement in code block 3 and then it is going to terminate the program. And what if all the conditions are not satisfying, then the else code block and that is going to execute the program and it is going to terminate the program. Okay, so termination is must, right? So I hope you got a lot about the programming stuff. What is if condition? What is elif condition? What are flowcharts? Okay. Don't worry, I am going to help you out with the link for the flowcharts. Okay, and explore more about the elif condition and if else condition. The more you practice, the more concept you will be getting over there, right? Okay. So what are the source materials that you will be getting from this video? So this particular stuff, that is lucid chart. Okay, and the program is okay, which you can follow over anywhere. Okay, you can just open this website and code anywhere from the world, right? Okay, I hope this video was very fruitful for you. So let us meet in the next video. All right, thank you and have a good day.